Forever.
Hello. Welcome to Jarviskjir, A Mother's Love. It's hard to avoid the rubbish Neil starts talking before every stream. I try to not get any of it in, but sometimes it does. Hey! How you doing?
You could have started it while I wasn't here.
I did suggest
No, we were
that.
saying that. Like, but they said you should start it while you're not there, and I'm like, you're gonna walk back talking about something really like inappropriate,
Yeah,
and that's not
definitely.
okay. I know. Feels like it's been a little while. I mean, we didn't play last week because Dean had to watch Infinity War. What a
Endgame.
nerd. It's the same fucking shit.
Actually, no, you're not wrong. We did watch Infinity War at the time. We so you're right. Absolutely right.
Oh, did you have one of those back-to-back viewings or something? Nice.
Yeah, Dean
Oh,
and
yeah.
his friends are real, like.
He means we had sex in the ass. That's what he means with that
Prior to
crude hand gesture.
My
Everybody.
mum watches this part. I'd like to remind you.
Sorry. Let me I'll rephrase
Ollie,
that.
Mom.
Fucked in the
Ollie.
anus.
Hi, Mama. Hi.
I'd be really embarrassed if she ever brought that up. If she next time I see her, if she said that, I'd be like,
She just looks at you and goes, "Hi, Neil."
I'm so sorry for Mr. K.
Mrs. Rant.
No. Anyway, my mum's a saint.
Yeah.
How's
And,
everyone doing?
I'm okay, thank you.
Okay.
I'm a
I'm
bit ill.
surviving.
I'm tired. I had it was my brother's wedding this weekend, and I'm like still residually tired from just. And I don't like that there was a roar in the sound effects while I said that. I'm still just residually tired, but I'm never too tired for D&D. I am sometimes, but now's not one of those times.
I can meet anytime I have a social obligation.
Yeah.
Days afterwards, just like never again. Nope.
But there's also a lot of drinking. A lot of drinking, a lot of eating.
I love eating. I also rather enjoy drinking. And I kind of like social stuff too.
And he likes.
Well, what the fuck are you doing?
There's a whole bunch.
Yeah, what are you doing here?
This is social stuff. I'm doing a good duty for the societies, and I'm socializing all of you feral kittens.
Alright, so last time, you were... I think pretty sure last week you would... The whole time was going into the Underdark. First, you found the person hired to kill you. A drow trying to kill you. I actually don't have his name here up, but you
Glenn.
do. His name was not...
Caramel.
Glenn the drow. Yeah, no, he was basically, you know...
Is Jaying Ashari.
That's
or
it.
Jing Ashari.
Mr. Ashari.
Nicely avoided.
And then continued your trek down into the Underdark after killing him. Because you're like one bad day away from being full-on murder hobos.
He was an assassin!
He was literally trying to kill us.
He also nearly broke out of the handcuffs, which was great. He was like one away. You started your way down onto the Underdark, which of course is danger. You fought all sorts of monsters down here, slowly trudging your way for days and days and days, but safe due to the various magics that you have on your persons and prepared. And right before we ended last week, you came across a camp that had deep dwarves and usurper drow in it together. Not many of them, but that's completely blocking the way with a large wall. And you were kind of trying to figure out what you want to do about it and what was going on. And then one of the armored dwarves just started marching up towards a lot of you. Clearly not, like, it didn't seem to have noticed you. It was about to throw some water out of a pot. And you were trying to work out what to do. And I actually don't remember what your decision was.
Bale was in the process of firing an arrow at it.
That sounds like a Veil solution to a problem.
The plan was to get them to come to us.
Okay.
So we were starting the combat by murdering that dude, getting the spellcasters to come out, what's her face, darky mermaid girl. What's her name?
Serena.
Serena.
I just wanted him to keep floundering there. It was far more entertaining.
Serena
Mermaid.
said she'd probably be able to silence the spellcasters.
Yes.
Well, blind the spellcasters, but
Yeah, same difference.
It's very similar effect. All right.
Yeah.
Then this is, as often this show is, it's going to be starting with initiative. Give me one moment. Borp.
You know what? How about that?
Same, honestly. Choose the best one.
Let's roll me an initiative.
Oh man, I'm real close to that dude.
Yeah, I mean, he was walking right up to you guys, and you were talking for a long time.
Yeah. I'm just considering the worth of shooting him over stabbing him.
I
I guess it depends on the initiative roll, doesn't it?
This is becoming a pattern.
Very
Whatever initiative Indira rolls, no matter how bad it is, I always roll 1 or 2 higher.
I guess it's a stabbing.
Yeah! Yeah, it is. Okay, I have a bunch of things to roll.
Also, the thing about that is that because I have +2 dex and Indira has -1, it means that I'm effectively rolling lower on the dice every time, but ending up with higher.
I'm sure that was very clever, but it all went through one ear and out the other, I'll be honest with you.
It wasn't particularly interesting. It was just an observation.
Indira's not a very dexy girl.
No! I love it. I can't wait for you to continuously fuck up on all the stealth missions you have to do around here.
Yeah.
But, starting off, you're down here in the Underdark Caverns. It's no longer the part of the caves which are, wet and damp. It's now a very different sort of... Imagine what you would normally imagine of a cave, aside from there's all these glowing fungal blooms all over the place, which actually is giving you quite a lot of light right now. This dwarven soldier is marching up onto... it's your turn, Vale.
Vale is gonna... I'm presumably in stealth right now.
Yeah, you stealthed before this.
Yeah, we did. I'm gonna draw...
Oh, apparently the stream's gone down? No, it hasn't. People are having probs.
I'm gonna draw the Keen Rapier and New Faithful. If I cover that distance, will I get sneak attack?
Yeah, because you're like, charging from the... That's totally fine.
Cool.
This is fantasy. You don't need to be behind someone to... You can do the charge and stab attack.
3.
Absolutely.
Hey, this dude looks like an evil Morg. I'll stab him with the Keen Rapier. I didn't mean sneak attack. I meant advantage because it's from sneak.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
I didn't know what you meant, but it turned out to be right in the end.
Yeah, I knew what I meant, but I was wrong.
That is a crit. So, guess what? It hits.
So he's rolled twice and got 2 crits.
That was only a 19, though,
but still.
And then we'll follow it up with a toe stab.
It's a hit. New Faithful. I love it.
I tell you what, it feels good going from Pathfinder to this. All of a sudden I hit and deal damage.
I gotta give you your power fantasy. So you run up to this guy and you charge him. And he was walking towards you. You don't get him in the back or whatever, but you go both blades into the neck, I would imagine.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And it pierces through. And this is as I described last week, it's dwarven armor. Very clearly dwarven armor, although you actually know quite a bit about dwarves, and this does look different. But it's thick and heavy, but in the shape of more of a human. And when you pierce, your blades actually do go through the weaker spots of the armor. There's no blood. There's no smell of blood. There's no give into flesh. When you pull back, it actually scrapes large amounts out of the neck guard of this armor and reveals just a glowing red light inside. And the armor is hollow and kind of staggers back, the light kind of flickering from that, but does not go down. So, next up is Gilwyn.
Do I have my goggles on?
Yes! You
Okay.
should be able to... Whoa! You know what? You probably can't see, because I haven't applied that to your token everywhere. You know what? I can do that right now while you take your turn.
Thank
My
you.
cat is drinking dregs of tea from the tea I just had. She loves tea. She just dipped her hand in and was like,
That's a
Oh
weird
my
one.
god, that's the cutest shit.
Okay. We're gonna do dissonant whispers.
Alright, give me one moment.
Mr.
So
Holler.
I'm just updating your character sheet.
it's not hollow, it's a Duros.
Yeah, but he don't know that.
Oh.
Dissonant Whispers. Wisdom shaving throw. Wisdom is not great. Your spell save... it's a 1. Never mind. It fails.
Not the best damage.
Not the best damage, but it does immediately use its reaction to move away, which does give opportunity attacks because it's not a push.
Stab.
That's a hit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and as you cast a spell on it, and it starts to, it does yell back. It yells back in that undercommon language that none of you understand, very sharp and quick, the voice kind of emanating from somewhere inside the hollow armor, as it kind of turns and starts to move, actually kicking up dust and pebbles, but Vale manages to get, I mean, you can kill it however you want. You get the kill as it tries to run.
It turns. As it turns, he just quickly, with the rapier, stabs forward, to the damaged neck that's already been damaged from the serious stabbing they received, and he doesn't really know how to kill it, but he obviously just nicked something important. There's just a spurt of fluid or whatever, and it just goes. Donk.
It just collapses onto the ground, and the light kind of spurts out, and there is this kind of very arcane noise, kind of dulling down from it. You didn't notice there was kind of a hum from it, but you could definitely notice it's lacking. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yeah, I'll step up just a little tiny wee bit.
Yeah, about time Gilwyn steps up.
Like that. How dare you?
Got him!
And that'll do.
Okay.
Is that Mog's token? It's got a gold border, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I didn't have time to make a different one.
Oh no!
From that kind of... There's a loud clattering. This is a heavy metal thing that crashes down onto stone. Whether... element of surprise, out of the window. You actually see this deep dwarf, sprint up forwards and kind of yell back. Again, in this language you don't super understand, but it is in the deep booming voice of a dwarf. And it channels and enlarges in size. Preparing.
Wish I had that ability.
And we'll keep charging forward. Just barreling forward. Its armor kind of scraping the side of the tunnel. And next up is Serena.
Okie dokie. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can see a witch in the back. Can I reach her though? No, that's too far.
Does she float?
I don't know. I could try and push her into the water. No, I can make prone. I can't drop into the water.
What's the plan, Ian? This deep dwarf Duragar is just blocked. He's not completely blocking the way, but dwarf double the size, double the breadth, double the height, just big stocky wall of dwarf in the way.
I'm going to lob a twisting fellstorm at him.
Okie dokie.
Because that's what I do. 3rd level.
You know what? Actually, let's give you a who's it's, because this might hit someone again. Dexterity save on a dwarf.
Exactly.
Nah, big failure. One moment, I'm just giving you the
Sure.
storm, but my round 20 is having a bit of troubles today. That's okay. It might be me. It's almost definitely me. But that's fine. Because you've got to remember, it's 5 foot radius, not 5 foot, so it could hit someone else again. So it would go bleep, bloop, blap, bleep, blap, bleep. Through him. And 25 thunder damage. Does not kill him, but it's definitely, you know, the storm starts surging and he barrels down. You know, he's got a shield that actually kind of enlarges as he gets into the, you know, the shielding position. But the storm just batters and bruises him, and he staggers back and is slammed up against the wall, bleeding dark blood. But it's not down.
Gonna make that do.
Okay. Next up is Indira.
Alright. I'm going to move 5, 15. And then, fuck. I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get over here.
Yup.
And I'm gonna attack.
That's a hit.
Nice.
And that is a kill. He was already gravely wounded by Serena's spell, so you can just effortlessly just cleave him down. And then he shrinks back down to like regular size, like as the axe hits him. It's pretty strange. Sure. Alright. Anything else you want to do? Is that... I don't know if you've got more movement.
I don't think... Well, not enough anyway. So I'll hang by the boys.
Okay. I mean, he got a nice little defensive front here.
Yeah.
Okay. The elves in the back. I mean, these drow are very clearly some sort of spellcaster or nobility, but they're at this little camp. They kind of look to each other, both of them with a little bit of shock. And you can see there's maybe a wordless moment of whether they're going to fight or flight. One of them weaves a magic into both of them, you know, their hand outstretched, and this white magic kind of fills all the gaps and seals of their outfits. They have this very crisscrossing pattern of fabrics. The other will do a drow classic. They're in range, which they are. As she chants out in this, you know, it's like a blasphemous twisting of the elvish prayers that you would have known in childhood. This spell, the magic starts to weave onto the ground, and then these tendrils of darkness just start reaching up from the rock. I'm gonna need you three who are inside that to give me a dexterity saving throw.
I've never been more glad for my crap movement speed.
Yeah, you're just slightly avoiding it.
A dex, you said?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ahoy! The boys are back in town.
Indira would have advantage, wouldn't she? It's a spell effect.
Yes, danger sense. You do have advantage.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah. Good job, Ian.
Don't ever speak to me, Dean Cutsforth.
Hey, that's good.
Much better.
Okay, so you see this starting to happen. It's very likely that one of you would yell to the others to kind of maybe jump or something, because the kind of symbols of magic on the ground all of a sudden turn to blackness, and then these tentacles start rising up. And you avoid their grasps initially, but they're still weaving around the area, making it hard to move through. But none of you take damage from it immediately, which is great. Next up is your turn. Vale, you are starting your turn here, so you need to give me another saving throw. Actually, yeah, Gilwyn got the crit. I'll let him pass, but you still need to give me a saving throw. I'm so used to Vale getting crits on this kind of thing. That is a save. Yeah. You're good. You can move. Let me check. Is it difficult terrain? Yes. Still difficult terrain, but you can move freely through it. Out of it. Right, Mr. Neil, what's the plan? You're muted, by the way.
I moved.
Bitch.
I counted out. I'm gonna take my bonus action to dash.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, right up against this wall that seems to be made of some kind of fungal wood.
And then I'm going to. I mean, I'll prime an action that, like, I'll hold an action. So if anyone comes into my range, I'll stab them. But otherwise, I'm holding there.
Okie dokie. Gilwyn, with your crit, you're actually being a real slippery bastard, kind of weaving around these sort of tentacles of shadow and darkness. Though it is not the same kind of magic that Serena would cast. It's not this pure blackness. It's almost more like this kind of chitinous insectoid claws that are coming up and weaving around from the darkness. But you can move freely.
Oh, I can move freely, okay.
It's difficult terrain, but you aren't restrained by it.
Ooh. May I pass through, Indira? No, wait, I can't, can I? I'd have to swap places with her.
No, you can pass through if you're like... Oh, difficult terrain? Yes, unless you dashed.
I don't want to do that.
You can go around me.
No, because difficult terrain, he doesn't have as much movement as you do.
So... I guess I'll go there. Can I see anything? How far away are you, person? Far. That's right far.
Yeah. These are like proper spellcasters. They can cast right far.
Oh no.
That's fucking right far.
Ain't got no business being in Yorker.
I'm gonna inspire Indira.
Okay.
I'm inspired.
And I will say I'm jealous of those things licking your ankles.
That's pretty inspiring for Indira.
Oh boy.
Well,
Indira
Ankle
is stunned for a
everything
turn.
has changed.
it is the lewdest part. Anything else you want to do, Mr. Gilwyn?
Yep.
No, because I'm gonna pay for that one line soon. I'm sure in 20 minutes of RP and explaining that it was just an inspiration. But let's go.
Serena.
Okay. Serena just looks down at the massive writhing tentacles, sniffs disdainfully, and then just floats up. And 1, 2, 3.
They don't have any ability to grab things in the air.
No. Also, that storm should be moving 30 foot forwards, please.
Yes.
I'm glad I didn't get its way.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I was kind of expecting Indira too.
Indira the storm.
2, 3. Yeah, I'll stay. Actually, well, I've still got free space of movement, but first I am going to. How thick is it? Quicken spell and use the original plan of Shoal of Piranhas on the 2 spellcasters.
Yeah.
definitely within.
Like they're trying to weave the next spell. The one that's cast Black Tentacles is still, they haven't got spell books or anything, but kind of holding on to these nearly holy symbols that they have, and the magic is kind of in rings around their arms, and then their eyes are filled with dark magic piranhas, and they're trying their hardest to hold on to it.
Can't read my book.
They don't have books.
No, I'll stay there.
All right, Miss Indira.
All right. So I'm gonna charge to.
Oh,
here?
you need to give me a dex save. My bad, because you're starting in the tentacles.
Okay.
Should be fine. He says. You still have advantage because it's a physical thing you're seeing, I think.
Okay.
Should be. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I'm going to charge to here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to Misty Step to here. And I'm going to attack this one.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I'm going to do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is a poor spellcaster. They've clearly got some kind of magic to bolster their defenses, but you hacking in there and blinking in, there's no time for this poor lady to defend herself. But she does take the hits. And next is her turn. Both of them need to give me dexterity saves. Ah! Well, one of those dice just went into the fucking ether. One fails, one passes.
I'll let you pick which one's which.
Yeah, the one that fails is the one that's actually casting Black Tentacles and isn't with Indira. So, with that, the Black Tentacles go...
Yeah.
Ground just goes back to normal. And they are blind.
She's also the one that's got the twisting fellstorm heading in her back.
Yeah, and yeah.
To be in for a bad time.
Like, why are things getting louder?
Yeah.
Let's deal with that one first, because she's gonna have a bad day. She straight up does say in Elvish, again, it's a different kind of Elvish, but all of those who speak it do understand. It's like, my sister, they've taken my sight, and is like trying to work out what's going on. And she is going to. She is going to launch a lightning bolt that goes straight. They don't have what I'd like, but it's going to go straight down the middle and hit no one. Just crack down the middle of the map. Like you hear the cavern creak as it like hits the supporting pillar of rock, but other than that, she doesn't do a whole lot. The one who is being attacked by Indira is actually going to not do that.
Whoa!
She is going to also Misty Step.
Fuck.
It's a very different sort of thing. While you just literally just step and appear somewhere else, she quite clearly says this incantation and kind of dissipates into just this aerized silk in the air. And then while she's back there, she's going to actually cast another spell on you. You can see her frantically trying to weave magic, the fingers moving. And she's going to summon a webbing on you. One moment. This is the battle of the tokens, I swear. Admittedly, half of it's my B.
Maybe.
So first Indira was attacked by tentacles, now she's covered in white strings.
I know, right, Doc? See, men.
Do I get to like
My bad.
Dex check this or anything?
Let me check.
Neil, you discussed.
It's on the start of your turn to see whether you are restrained and wrapped up in them.
Okay.
So right now, like, she'd cast this, and the webbing just kind of explodes around you, you know? And adhesing to all the stalagmites and things. Vale. It's your
turn. 1. There we go. 2. 3.
Oh, what's happening?
4, 5, 6. Is she blind? No, the other one's blind.
The other one's blind. This one just casts that spell on Indira and is quite clearly continuing to mutter this incantation in this very dark
Vale's
elvish.
gonna whip the rapier across her throat. Schwung.
Ain't wasting no time. Right to the throat. It's usually a third date banger. That's a hit.
Throat is third date.
With me.
I need to take note of that.
Take throat of that.
And then, if she's still not dead,
She's not down, and she also keeps concentration. She, like, kind of, with one hand is continuing to hold the spell up, the other hand goes to the neck.
She did well on that one.
Yeah.
We'll see how she deals with the new faithful. Concentrate there. She concentrates.
You go for that, and it kind of hits, and there's just this sort of glow of white on her clothing as the mage armor protects her. Hey, mage armor did something. Gilwyn, all the way over here.
5, 10, 15, 20. Don't worry, guys, I'm coming. Here I come. Okay, 65 and 60. All right. All right. I'm gonna whisper at the chick next to Eraville. The chick. I never say the chick. Why did I say the chick?
Yeah, that was weird. It felt weird to me.
The lass next to Vale.
The old dear.
And I'm gonna say boo. Just boo.
She
Just boo.
passes.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, neither am I.
There's like a very strong magical resistance in this woman's mind, and while she kind of shakes it out, she sort of yells in Elvish to the other mage, like, "We are outnumbered in magic and might. We must flee." Like, we're trying to like kind of back away from Vale's swingings and stuff.
Gonna die.
And
I should have said that. Why didn't I say that?
Next up is Serena.
You should have just purred like a predator.
So, firstly, that twisting fellstorm has to move up its 30 feet.
Bap, bap, bap.
Oh, rip.
She's about to have a bad day.
Dex save.
Yep.
She
Does
does
blindness
actually
do
make it, but does that doesn't do any damage on her? Oh no, yeah, she's disadvantaged. Yeah, she takes that damage, and she survives.
Oh, really?
She hasn't been hit by anything else yet. So she takes it. She kind of like doesn't see it coming, but kind of manages to brace herself enough, kind of like crumpling down on the ground to just sort of take it, and then it keeps going.
I'm going to twin spell prismatic blast for 2 of them.
Okay. You one for each. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 for each. This one, well, it'll be the one that's just been hit by the Fellstorm, to be honest.
It's a hit. Weirdly enough.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you, guys.
I love that noise you made. Qual Blal. That was like a name. She is not prone by now.
And that's not going to hit the second one, the one that isn't.
No,
blind.
she's full on dodging everything right now. Clearly tiring and bleeding and holding onto her neck, but is managing to duck and weave quite, gracefully, despite it.
We'll see how long that lasts. I can't talk.
Don't worry, it's not like you're gonna need to do a bunch of intrigue.
That's like 3 out of 4 words.
Indira, can you give me a dexterity save, please?
Unleash the doxy.
Do I have advantage on this one? Since it's a thing I can see in danger sense.
Can you click danger sense real quick?
Sure thing. My love.
Just had a vision of Doxy breaking out of a wooden cage going, "Go!"
It's very fitting.
With just like giant thighs.
Yeah. Real hairy thighs.
They kind of are right now.
But smooth
the
shins.
Like shorts.
Yeah, they're like hairy shorts. That's funny.
Yeah, this would give you advantage. Because, I mean, you're trying to get out of webs, I suppose you can see. I don't know. Whatever. It's good enough.
Alright, dice.
Yep, that's enough for you to move. For fine.
Awesome. Okay.
It's still difficult terrain, but you're not restrained by it.
Doesn't matter because I have 40 move.
Exactly.
And I can get to exactly here and fucking.
Yeah, you just ignore the one who's like bleeding on the ground with piranhas in her eyes. Get around this one. That is a hit.
Oh.
She is sent spinning to the ground. She's dead before that crit even hits.
You should have moved,
Damn
and
it.
now you can't get it. Oh,
Well, I wouldn't have had advantage on that one. So.
Yeah.
You would. They're prone and blinded.
Yeah.
Aww. Okay, well, I will still. Oh, I can't move though. I used all my movement.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
However, I do still have my bonus action. Can I? Will my lightning arc to the one?
Does it reach?
Tell me
Okay.
click me the thing. It has an aura range. I think it might just be 5 foot around you, but
I think it might be also.
it might grow when you level up. If you ever
10
level
feet.
up. Hey, yeah, go ahead.
Zap.
Yeah, zap this boy.
Zip.
She can't really defend herself. She's like on the ground bleeding, and then this just zap of lightning hits her in the back. There's just this scream.
Horrible.
Yeah, she can't do
It
it.
sounds like this. Sorry. Okay,
I mean, I was waiting for something like that.
I'm gonna turn it off right now.
No, I embrace it. It
Oh,
might be the
good.
best joke
Okay.
you've ever had.
Oh.
Why didn't you play that sound when I dissonant whispered?
There we go.
Why
That's
didn't
the
you
goal.
tell me to?
Because you're the funny one.
Yeah, totally. Between us, I'm the funny one.
So
Definitely.
she on the ground
You're
has to
both
make a
not
dex
funny,
save
right?
against piranhas. Weirdly enough, she fails, and like she's down on the ground, she's zapped by lightning, and the piranhas just gnaw out the inside of her face. Yeah, she's writhing on the ground for a good couple of seconds, but all of you agree that she's not a threat.
And the piranhas sound like. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not.
All right,
You
that's
can
that.
hear like the piranhas like scraping against the skull as they bite, like, the bone going. I didn't get a Doxy reaction.
No, I'm surprised by that.
I was impressed.
The duck has
I'm
bolstered
ignoring
her.
you.
She's evolving.
I'm ignoring you.
She's getting stronger.
Okay.
It's impossible.
That's their fight over.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the lot of them.
Don't get cocky, everyone.
Yeah, did any of you take any damage?
Don't get penisy.
Not a hit point.
Yeah.
I made that joke when you weren't here, Dean, and no one got it.
I get that joke. I might have just not reacted.
Not funny.
Yeah, you didn't react.
All right, what's the plan? You're here in the desiccated camp. The webbing like dissipates. The cavern is still there's a little bit of rumbling from when that spellcaster he shot the lightning bolt, but it's not like it's going to collapse or anything.
So we reckon we've now significantly weakened their encampment.
I mean, it appears that this is like a forward, because this is a pathway, right? This is like a forward camp. From what you assumed before, the area the dragon lives in is behind this, right?
Yeah.
But there's no more camp. Like you can walk like 10 feet down the cavern or something. The camp doesn't continue.
Oh, okay. So that was the
This is it. It's more like a little like a semi gate,
yeah.
Like an outpost sort of thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
You're alone.
Wow. Thanks, dude. That's a bit harsh, really. Don't you think? Whoa.
No.
I can't remember. I feel like we'd come across this relatively soon after having a long rest anyway, hadn't we? It's still relatively early, yeah.
Yeah. You're not that tired or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, and we heard something or saw something.
You
that made us think.
heard a deep rumbling, as if something's moving through the caverns beyond.
Well, firstly, I'm going to use an action to use for Pearl of Power to regain a third level spell slot.
So, it looks as if our next target might be the dragon itself.
Mm-hmm.
Would seem logical from the sounds, yes.
Although we shouldn't look at it as a target immediately, more an obstacle, if we can.
Agree.
I thought we were to test ourselves on it before we enter Drow territory proper.
Why not we take these bodies and feed them to the dragon?
Yeah, so why not we take these bodies?
Why not that?
Why not we?
She's a pirate. She's allowed to speak like that.
Well,
Pirates
I
get
thought-
away with a lot.
I thought we had decided to attempt to kill the beast.
Well, yeah, if it's not sated by the bodies of our enemies.
No, I mean,
I think he's right. I remember agreeing to something like that. But being down in this place, it's not nice.
it is indeed not nice. I mean, we are more than welcome to attempt to carry the bodies, but I, for one, will not carry the bodies. Nor do I know whether 3 bodies will be sufficient to sate a dragon.
I'll tell you right now, these are, drow women. Indira can carry 1 on each shoulder. Like, easily.
And the Durga?
No, that's
Well, at
a
least-
bigger job.
It will at least be enough to distract the dragon. If not sate.
Potentially. So what is the plan?
Indira scoops them up.
Okay, that's part 1.
A little bit of brain matter comes out of the one that had piranhas in its eyes.
She stuffs it back in.
It's good eating.
Like beef that falls out of burrito.
Yeah. It's like while you're doing that, you feel that sensation
Like this,
again.
Mommy Rant, just in case.
She wouldn't. This is boring to her. You hear the rumbling again. It's more you feel it. You feel the presence of just something moving further on into the caverns, and it shakes the whole cave. This deep bassy, also BC.
So, the plan? You wish to distract it and sneak past? Or you wish
Well,
to
if we have to
distract
kill it,
and
we
attack?
can distract it and attack and have an advantage in that.
Yes, place the bodies in front of its path somehow. Get a initial strike off on the overgrown lizard.
Very well. In that case, I presume we will be wishing to move quietly.
Yes, it is probably, as we've previously discussed, it is likely that it is adapted to the underground, so quietly is the order of business, I think. We might even
Agreed.
be able to get away with being seen as long as we are far enough away, if it is more based on hearing.
Very well. Let's try it at any rate.
Stealth checks.
I am using the cloaks, pass without trace.
Mm-hmm.
Stealth checks. Stealth.
Nice.
Fuck my ass.
Can I use my inspiration on this if I fail?
Yeah. It's not
Sweet.
been that long.
That's plus 10. That's fine.
Yeah, you sort of need it.
Yeah, you have plus 10, but also the plus, what's it, D8?
Yes.
I'm
17.
My good stealth roll is totally because I'm the one who's got the cloak on. It's clearly covering me better with shadows, and I'm used to shadows anyway.
Yeah. Also, there's some water in this area, so you can move quieter. You move forward through the cavern. It doesn't take very long until you come to both a dip and an opening. So this cavern, the pathway kind of ends up joining onto this much larger, grander cave. But it's not one-to-one. There's this fall. At the bottom of the fall is this large pool of water that, even at a glance, you can see that there's bodies floating in it. Parts of bodies as well, and skeletons. The cavern beyond, as far as you guys can see with your dark vision, appears to have all these pillars, these large pillars of stone. It's not like one grand, vast cavern. But this fall must be around 60 feet or so. It appears to be the only way to go.
There are corpses in the water. Do you presume that if we were to dump the bodies down there, the dragon would come looking for them?
Are they fresh?
You can give me a perception check for that.
Smell stank?
Yeah. It's a mixture of sight and smell.
Do they look bloated and rotten?
It's hard to tell. The sort of dark vision, and there's always this stale smell through the caverns you've gone through. The water's definitely stagnant, but it's hard to tell the bodies. Some of them are very clear. Some of them are skeletal. That's very clear.
Perhaps it's difficult to tell whether or not that is how it plays out. They could simply be ones that the dragon didn't wish to eat, however. It's difficult to tell.
I fear getting down into the cavern proper is going to be difficult to do quietly.
I mean, this body of water, like, how we looking?
To dive?
How deep it is?
With your perception, I mean, it's the thing with dark vision, it's impossible to tell with bodies of water, because it's just this kind of murkiness. But a lot of the pools of water you've been seeing have actually been quite deep. And if you imagine that, all the water would have been running down and this is kind of the only place it would have been pooling, it probably is quite deep. But that's like, just your instinct talking.
We could
admittedly, with your... Yeah.
However, doing that silently might be difficult. Bless you, Mr. Dean.
He's trying to stealth so bad.
Well,
thank you.
Indira and I are probably the most accustomed to dives and water, and I am probably no offense, Indira, I'm probably the more graceful of the two of us.
You're not wrong.
If I were to dive down, I could also send you a quiet message back up whether or not it is safe, and worst case scenario, if it is not, I can fly back up.
I think that's our best course of action, honestly.
I would agree. Do your best to try and minimize the sound of you breaking the water. I would hate for a dragon to come and eat you.
Quite. And Serena just snakes up to the edge and...
Acrobatics roll.
Yeah, this is going to go well, not.
Should have inspired.
I will give you advantage because it is a dive, and that seems like something Serena should be alright. A dive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Didn't even need the advantage. So you send a shadow mermaid to take a silent dive. None of you even hear her hit the ground. That
was a really quiet dive.
Yeah.
That was just shiny floor.
That would have been fucking great. Luckily, I'm not that harsh. None of you even hear her hit the water down below as she's, you sort of dive. And there is enough depth for someone to know how to dive, to sort of catch themselves and not hit the ground. Someone less graceful might hit the ground and have some trouble, because when you're down there and you see very well through the gloomy waters, there's a lot of bodies that have been down here, and because of them being under the water, the flesh that is rained on them is kind of frayed and things. And you could imagine, although all of you are used to dead bodies, if you got down here and you landed awkwardly, you could get trapped down here. Like, you could just get stuck amongst the bodies, which would be a horrible way to die. You can come back to the surface where you can see pretty much around where there would be a shore of this little body of water are just bodies. They've clearly been amassed here to some degree, but then when you kind of look on the edge of your vision, sometimes just in this cave there are more bodies. The bodies that you see are the ones that you can see quite clearly are a mixture of like drow and those blind creatures you saw before, and quite clearly a couple of surface elves as well, some of the fresher ones.
Indira would hear the whisper in the back of her head. It is safe, but not the easiest dive. There is a lot of debris in the pool. Do be careful. And then I would actually get out of the water to afford as much room for him as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There's obstacles in the water. I could probably carry one of you.
I think I will be fine without. I have dived from this side of ships many times. How different can it be?
It's probably more dangerous if you carry one of us and then jump down.
The thing is, Gilwyn, you don't fare well in these situations. And I'd prefer you didn't break your neck or get trapped.
Have a little faith.
All right. And she dives.
Give me acrobatics.
Can it be athletics?
Say no, because she said that it can't fare well, and Gilwyn fares well with acrobatics.
It would be athletics if you wanted to more climb down than dive down. Diving is very much an acrobatic thing. Strong, like, distance swimming is definitely athletics, so this was an acrobatics.
Man, the only thing is, like, this is something that she's good at, but her fucking...
Yeah, exactly.
Don't align. So I don't know, man.
I could give you advantage as well, because you are a diver. You're not graceful, but you dive. You know how to dive. Hey!
And she will stay underwater by the bodies, to
in case someone gets stuck.
Like out of the way in case somebody gets stuck.
Yeah.
Okay. So Serena seeing that would send a message up to Vale that Indira appears safe.
Well, who wants to go next, Gil?
Me. I'll go.
He'd slap you on the back. You got this. Don't embarrass me in front of Indira.
I'll turn around and fall as I'm facing Vale like that.
Give me an acrobatics roll.
Look. I'll look that.
You should. Yeah.
That's kind of better.
That's better.
That's better. So, in the Lewis Scott, there's like a scale of DCs on this one. You do actually land in the water without damaging yourself. It hurts, but you don't break yourself. Yeah. But exactly that. You do kind of do a back flop, I suppose, which does make a splash. Quite a loud sound.
Yeah, he's broken the surface of the water, so before it recovers and becomes solid, Vale's going to come down quick.
Alrighty. I love it when you come down quick.
Body, is it?
Yeah. Again, it makes some noise, but less because of exactly what you just described. All of you kind of get... it's kind of disgusting, The waves in this stagnant water are now pushing and shifting the bodies, which gives you like, are they zombies? No, it's just the water. But you start to feel that rumbling through the cavern again. The cave system beyond this pool, like I said, has these large pillars, and in some places on the side of the rocks are these blooms of glowing mushrooms that allow you to sort of see in patches through them. But the ground, the pillars, the roofs is kind of rubbed smooth. It's very clearly the tracks of something that's been grinding against them for years upon years upon years to make it kind of this smooth, in some places glossy, in some places there's kind of these ridges that have been dragged through. It's a very surreal place to be in, unlike any cave you would have seen before.
I think it may have heard us. We would do well to leave the drow corpses here and hide and see if it comes to investigate.
Let's try it then. I mean, we already smell like corpse water, so I mean that's in our favor, right?
And I've still got the pass without trace up.
So it's 10 minutes, isn't it? Yeah, let's hide.
It's an hour. It's an hour pass without trace.
Oh, is it? Oh my god, that's amazing.
That is pretty good.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Time to.
That's why it's such a good spell.
Yeah. Why don't we deal with that? I'm taking a real quick break.
No, you.
Swoosh.
I can hang a piss.